Dude, I'm glad to have you on finally. Like, we've been talking about it for months, and now I finally got you on here after you get your project, dude. Tell me about your zine, because it looks cool as shit.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of just like a passion project I've like had it in the back of my head since I've been like a barista and a photographer. Um, but it's kind of hard to convince somebody to let you go like to South America or like to Africa if you don't know them very well. So, and it was kind of hard because obviously I'm like pretty young. I'm like going to college and stuff when I first started being like a barista. So I had to jump around a lot of cafes. Not like any bad reason or anything, but just because I had to move around. And then once I finally got to one that I like really liked and like I was there for long enough, I then moved out here and I was doing photography for them like probably for a year before I left. And I really wanted to do that with them, but I just didn't get the chance to. And he has kids of his own, so he hasn't been able to like go on the trips to like to check out the farms and everything. But once I got here, I'm like, I really don't want to like lose contact with this guy because he's probably the only way I could possibly go there and not get lost or just not have any connections with farmers or producers out there. So I DM'd him and I was like, I think we've built a pretty good like repertoire together. If he wanted to let me go out there and document everything, I had like this whole like Word document, like 3-page pitch for him because I just didn't want to pitch it to him like just like, oh yeah, this could be a cool idea. But I wanted to be like, this is like, I really want to make something and then continue it just for like years. So, and he said yes, which is cool. But in the pitch, I was like, somebody wanted to do this before me. But it was kind of just more like, I want to go and take photos, not I want to make a project. And I think something happened. I don't know what happened, but there wasn't like a good, they butt heads or something. So I was like, I'll pay for like my flights and I'll pay for the film and everything if you just want to let me go. And also I'm doing it all on film. So I was like, if they x-ray it, I really don't want you to be paying me and then it all gets nuked. So
Yeah.
I was like, can we just chalk it up to two buddies like just going to Colombia if it doesn't come out, and that way you didn't pay me, and then I had a cool trip, I guess, at the end of the day. He's like, yeah. So and it worked out. That was making sure they didn't x-ray any of that was probably the scariest. I've never felt my heart race more in my life than like being in the Colombia airport and making sure they don't get that all my film, like 30 rolls of film x-rayed, plus all the film that I didn't shoot either. I just brought like probably 100 rolls with me. So if they x-rayed any of that, I would have been toast. Like that was probably $2,000 of film which I don't even have $2,000 like in my bank account. That was just like, I was buying it like over the course of the year before we went to Colombia in hopes of like, just like in increments, not knowing how much I would shoot.
Dude, could you imagine working in the Colombian airport and there's like this American dude who's like, please don't x-ray anything. Just
Yeah,
don't even
I know.
look. Don't
And
x-ray
it was during like it was a week after the Venezuela stuff going on too.
Ooh.
So I was just like, this is awful. This is like, we stand out so bad. And then of course the military was there that day. They're like, sometimes they won't be there and sometimes they are. And they're all mean mugging. They look at us, they're like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing? You don't fit in.
And I don't know where it is. I have like one of those donkey bags that like prevents, in case they did say, screw you, I'm going to scan it. But they actually ended up hand checking it after like we begged them not to. But then I still sent the bag through like of cameras with the donkey bag in it. And they were like not happy because then they're just this black blob in their x-ray machine that isn't like showing up. And they're like going crazy. And I'm like, I had to like get my translator app out and be like, explain to them like this huge paragraph of what it is, because they were just like they never seen it before.
Colombia is Spanish speaking, right?
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah,
Spanish?
yeah.
Are you fluent in Spanish?
I can like I took Spanish 1 and 2 like in high school. And I can if someone's talking to me, I can get a pretty good grasp of it, but I can't really speak it very well. So I had to
Dude, bridging that language barrier to come up with a photo project at the end of the day,
yeah,
like
pretty hard.
that's that's impressive, dude. Like I'm the same way. I can understand a lot of Spanish, but if I have to respond, it's going to be in like crude sign language. In like the
Yeah.
one sentence I can say flawlessly is like "una cerveza, por favor." Like,
Yeah,
just give
yeah.
me a beer, dude. Like that's it.
No, there was one day um we had to I posted on my like I think yesterday, a lot of the terrain there was so bad that like it had just I mean it rains like almost every night, like in that the time of the year that we were there. And so we had to use motorcycles like to get to, and they didn't give me a motorcycle. I was like riding in the back with somebody. And I spent like the plan was to go to like 3 farms and then meet back up with the coffee shop owner and the producer like in Casabianca, like just another town. And then I think something got mixed up and we were just out for 8 hours that day instead. So I was on the back of this bike with a dude who doesn't speak English and I don't speak Spanish. So just it was just he said ready to go, and that was like I'm like okay. That was all we said the whole time. So
That's wild,
it
man.
was
That's like a buddy cop or like a buddy road trip adventure where you get just stuck with somebody that doesn't speak your language and you have to
yeah.
charades your way through it.
No, it was really cool. It was pretty life changing. I think a lot of baristas like in the coffee world like that's like the end goal is to go. Um, so it was really cool that he let me do that.
The long-term commitment required for a project like that. How long did it take you? It sounds like you were planning on this for a while.
Yeah. Uh, it was definitely while I was still back in Florida, like within probably like a year or two after I had like gotten there, and I'm like, okay, I really like this. The owner is like super cool. I think the owner's degree is in photography, which is like a good start. Um, and then we would just talk a lot whenever I went to go take photos like at the roastery. And then during COVID, I photographed a lot of his products like for online ordering and stuff just to like get stuff done. And I asked him about it. He's like, yeah, but I just haven't like gone in a long time. Um, so it probably was like 2 years of like just kind of like easing it in. And then once I had left, I'm like, I don't think I can find somebody else like this again that will let me go without working there for 3 years again. So as it was that like the planning like 2 years, then um, I asked him last January, which is like when I moved to Colorado, if I could do it. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go next January, and I would just keep on texting him like once a month, just asking how he is and like the plan and everything. And then once we got there, and I took all the photos, I couldn't share any. I mean, I just don't know. It felt kind of weird if I posted photos back in January and now it's what July and it's coming out. You can't do that. You can't like no one's gonna remember what you just posted. I mean, even like right now, I'm kind of at the will of Instagram's uh, algorithm whenever I do post about it. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, probably like a year and a half of like shooting and sequencing and everything, and like, well, I mean, it was only like a 2 week span maybe of like shooting everything, but then um like after that is sequencing. I have a photo somewhere, but like this entire apartment, I have like, I mean, it was 30 rolls of film, so I don't know how much that is, but I printed out like all the good photos, and that was like 200 that I thought were good. And then I looked at a few of my photo books and I'm like, these don't have 200 photos in them. So I was like, I have to narrow this down to like 50. And Josh, the mayor, he had him on here. He came in here and he narrowed it down to like 20. And I'm like, dude, I can't do just 20. I like these photos too much to only do 20. He was really insightful though. He did a lot of help.
Of course he said 20. Of course he's like, yeah, only 20 of these. 1/10 of what you have hanging up. That sounds exactly like something
Well,
he'd do.
he loves. I think he talked about. He loves the Americans, and that photo. I think that book only has I think 50 photos in it too. I think I can't.
Something like that. Yeah, I think so. You
Uh,
might be right.
but he helped me a lot with like the beginning and the end photos. Like he was able to like kind of string those together, and then I was kind of like, thank you, but I'm gonna add a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, you're just gonna fill those gaps. There's gonna be your own filler in there that you're like, yes, this is it. This is staying. It's hard sequencing stuff like that. I think that's why I haven't put out a zine or anything like that yet. Is because I struggle with the sequencing because I don't want it to be like strictly linear. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like here's the story from A to B because that isn't the kind of things I'm interested in. I like when things jump around.
You know, there's like this personal connection I have to these things. So in a way, it's like kind of. I mean, I think I got Joe Greer's book, and I don't know when it came out, just recently, but like he had somebody else sequence it. Like he just gave them the photos and let them do it. I remember he said like in a post or something, like he couldn't have done that what she did because he would have sequenced it in a completely different way. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not Joe Greer. I don't have. I'm not having somebody sequence it for me, but I think I did the best I could with what I had. So
We should all just send our photo projects to the mayor, and he
yeah,
can just go ahead. He can sequence everybody's books for free out of the kindness of his heart.
yeah, he was awesome. He came in here and yeah, we unstuck all the photos in the wall and stuck them around and everything. He was really helpful.
Yeah, I bet he was. But it's still one of those things where he's like, yes, you need to narrow this down so that way it's more cohesive. But you're like, but these are cohesive too, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, I was like, I'm not gonna. I mean, I had not just him. I had I think Keaton was in Italy or he was in Japan, so he couldn't help me out when I was sequencing. And then Chris was on like that. He was on like a music road trip, like a lonesome with me.
yeah, he went on tour.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, I have to do this without them, and they're like my two. I hang out with them all the time, so it was hard. But I'm kind of excited because now they're just gonna see it when it's complete. So that'll be
Yeah.
cool.
We might all be hanging out soon because I'm really looking at Colorado for September.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Are you doing the Pawnee trip for Chris?
He hasn't gave me the date yet, unless maybe he said it in your no. Yeah, so I'm worried because I'm going to Florida for the release of the zine next week, and then in August, I think he wanted to do it like sometime in August or maybe September. But I'm going to New York because my girlfriend is moving here. My girlfriend's moving here in August, and then we're going to New York for a friend's thing. And I'm like, I don't know. I really hope I can go.
It's sounding more and more like September. It's sounding like September because he's
Okay.
trying to coordinate with Josh on the second Chugwater Rodeo. He's because apparently there's a second one and
Yeah,
he doesn't want it to like overlap or something.
yeah. I think he's at the will of the rodeo people because they're the ones that tell him when. So I think he probably doesn't know either. That's why I think what he said. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him.
Yeah, I don't. That's not my world. I don't understand the rodeo world, but it looks
Or
cool as
being
shit from
there.
distance. Yeah, there's like clear passion behind this project, the zine. Like I think that's what makes a good project. You can tell you're passionate about it and it was something you liked. And so many, I feel like there's a lot of people out there in the photography world that are just shooting things that they think other people will like. The major landmarks. We all want to shoot it. We've all shot them.
Yeah,
But there's some people who try to make a career out of that rather than having like a cohesive project in any way, shape, or form. But I think that passion is what really makes photographers shine. And like, I'm really excited for this project, dude.
yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah, I know it's hard. I mean, you can look at my Instagram. I do the same thing. I mean, whenever I go like on a flight like somewhere, I have like these destinations that I'm like, I know it's gonna be a good photo. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, once you finish the trip or anything, it's like, man, there's not like any. The photos are awesome, but I don't have any like passion or like emotional attachment sometimes to like the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't live there. I don't live in San Francisco. I mean, I got a cool photo of it. It was sick, but I don't know. So it's really cool to, yeah, I don't know. I've been a barista for 7 years, which is way too long.
Dude, that's more than most every relationship I've ever had.
That's like, it was a college thing. And then by the time I'm doing it for so long, an entry level position in my degree, it doesn't pay as much as what I'm getting paid right now as a barista, which is crazy. But so I've just been kind of like riding with it for now. But it's really cool because a lot of people don't know what even like a coffee cherry looks like. Like when I posted the cover, uh, like the just like the little berries he's picking, people don't even know that that's coffee. Like
Yeah,
it
no
looks like
idea.
it looks like a cranberry or it's just a like a grape. And I think it's crazy because I don't know, we all drink it like every day. People spend $5 or more, I mean more than that now, on a cup of coffee on the way to work, and it's like it's just so much. And so to be able to go out there and meet the people who actually start the process and then see the plants and we're like, I don't know, it's just crazy. I had this like I remember talking to my friend a long time ago. I'm like, I just want a photo of a coffee plant. Like I don't know, I'm kind of a freak for that, but like I just it's not like a grand photo, but just, I just want to be the one to take it because it's like
It's yours.
I've made it. So yeah, yeah. It's just like I mean kind of like the landmarks thing. Like yeah, I could go buy a photo of uh the Mesa Arch or something, but like I don't want to go take it. It's mine. So but again, it's just a coffee plant at the end of the day, not like anything. But to me, it was like this is just a big I don't know, it's like a full circle. Like my passion and my other passion combined is really, really sick.
The thing is, it's not just a plant though. It's an entire empire. That like people have like wars have been fought over coffee, dude.
Yeah.
It's like it's so crazy. And it's just something like you said, it's just something that we have every day and nobody thinks about it beyond that. But I think the most interesting thing I ever learned about coffee, unwillingly by the way, was in that movie, I think it was The Bucket List, where they talk it's Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson maybe. But they're talking about this guy's talking about his expensive coffee and how great it is, and he loves it so much. And the other guy just keeps laughing at him about it, and it's because it turns out he's eating the coffee beans that were plucked from some like large cat's or some animal's shit, and then they reuse
Oh,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
and I was like, that's amazing. I would have never known that about coffee, and that is as far as my coffee knowledge went.
That's
But I watched that when I was like 13 or 14, and that has stuck with me
yeah.
like the
Yeah,
entire
it's
time. But
weird.
it's just
It's just weird. I mean, it's like just it's just farming stuff.
yeah.
It's like we don't have it here. We can't even grow it here in America. So it's kind of just like this weird thing that we don't really have much like daily knowledge on. Like a I don't know oranges in Florida. I know all about oranges because I grew up there, but I don't know. Yeah, like any normal person wouldn't know all about coffee and like all the stuff that they do out there. It's like there's like scientists that go out there and help the farmers and the producers like figure out how to grow different varieties and like all the flavor like just so much notes you get out of how you grow a plant and the altitude and the weather and shade, sun. It's just a lot.
There's so much that the general public doesn't know about any kind of agriculture, including me. I'm
Yeah.
surrounded by corn on this side, and it used to be soybeans and hay over here. I don't know a damn thing about farming. I couldn't tell you when corn comes into season in Michigan.
I don't know anything either about most of it. It's just yeah, it's a lot.
I'm very proud of you for releasing this project, but at the same time, I'm jealous because like I said, that whole culling and the amount of work you put into it. And every time I talk to somebody about one of their projects, they talk about how it changed how they photograph in the long term because you start thinking of things in that cohesive whole.
Yeah.
And have you discovered that as well? It's like changed the way you photograph now?
Right now, I think so because it's just I will. So after that, after I went there, he didn't even see I think he saw the photos and then he didn't know if this was going to be a good thing or not. But he's like, we're going to go to Honduras soon. After that, I was like, okay, cool. Like, let me know when. And then the next week, he's like, we have to go in 2 weeks. And I was like, I haven't even asked. I haven't told my boss this. So I like had seen the photos and I had like looked at them and I knew that I mean I'm really proud of them, but I know that I want more people in it. So like I have the farmers picking, I have the producer and a few other like folks in there, but not like too much. So once I saw that, I'm like, okay, well when I get to Honduras, I'm gonna make sure I try to focus more on that. Because I don't know, I think you connect more with people than just plants and landscape and stuff. So I think it definitely helps like the documentary side of it because I don't know, I think what the producer said in Herbert at the end of the book. There's like one like super sick paragraph he wrote. It's like it's all hands, 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 and it's like it takes like I can't remember the number. It was like 24 picks of someone picking your coffee just to get you that one shot of espresso. And it's like there's so many, and then beyond that, then someone's washing it, and then beyond that, someone's packaging it, and then someone's shipping it, and then it gets to America, then it gets roasted, and there's so many people and like so many hands that touch it. And I'm like, I want to make sure that I can get that across more in the Honduras book, because I think there's just so many people that go into just one drink that costs you $5, but really it's like I think it's a lot of people's time that went into something like that.
This is a bad analogy, but it really is a lot like the cocaine industry, which
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
yeah, it really is. It just happens to be a different addictive substance coming out of Colombia that the U.S. is like, we like that one,
yeah, yeah.
and but yeah, there's so many places that can change hands. I'm sure there's a lot of dude, how sketchy was Colombia?
That's I think this happened when I was sequencing. Like I had somebody come over to help me sequence, and there's a photo of a pool, and it's like a nice pool, and it's at like a hostel that I stayed at the first night. And he was like, "Do you want that in there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like it looks beautiful, and it's like near the farm that I like was shooting." And he's like, "I don't know, I don't think it like matches the vibe of it." And I was like, "Well, it's there, like it's what is there." And I think, and you is kind of like this weird. I think we do have a bit of a weird idea of how sketchy it is based off of like cocaine. There's cocaine that
Yeah,
comes from them sometimes. So like it's where I was. I mean, I'm like essentially where I was like I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Like I'm in the farmland. Like there's not much sketch. I
we were
mean,
in the Nebraska of
yeah,
Colombia.
yeah. Like there wasn't. No one's gonna mess with you out there. Um, so it wasn't that. Like even we landed in Pareda, which Bogota is like the big city. It's like just west of there. So and that was like a pretty big city. And I mean, we weren't there for too long. We just landed and flew out there to get to the farms. So even there was pretty chill. We were with Herbert, the producer, who like lives there. So he was showing us around. So there wasn't much room for sketchiness, but I guess there definitely could have been. I guess.
Oh yeah,
I think the
100%.
scariest was the military people at the airport.
Yeah, those people are there for a reason. They aren't there
Yeah,
just hang out and have a good time.
yeah,
No, I was just curious, like because everything the media in the U.S. tells us
yeah. My
does
mom,
not paint a good picture.
dude, my
Oh yeah, I
mom.
bet, dude.
I told my mom what I was doing. She's like, that's so dangerous. I'm like, no, I think it should be fine.
You're like, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of telling myself that too. I think the scariest part was I had the water there. I can't remember the water like in the faucets is not as clean as ours is. So like somebody who lives there is probably fine, but me and the owner Zack of Bold Bean, we're just like we bought like 2 bags of water when we got there, and we're like, okay, we're just gonna like have to ration this pretty good, I think. And every once in a while we'd be able to buy some water. But then Herbert would just drink out of the tap because he lives there and stuff. And like, I'm pretty thirsty right now, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to be like shitting my brains out for the
Yeah,
next few
you're
days.
not used to that bacteria,
Yeah,
dude. That bacteria will get your ass.
just like the paranoia behind that. Sometimes it's like, I don't know.
Fully justified paranoia. My brother-in-law and his wife went down to Cozumel for their honeymoon.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude, they were the sickest human beings. They got water in their mouth. I don't know how, but it was not good. They
yeah.
came home early. They were fucked up.
They yeah. I was remember even like I'm like super paranoid of that stuff. Like even right now there's like the whatever the lettuce thing is going around. Like I haven't eaten like I haven't eaten a blueberry in like a week now, and I'm like I eat fruit more than anyone else I know, and I just haven't yet. But even there, like brushing my teeth, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna swallow the water. I really don't want to. I really don't want to get sick. So then, like for when we were camping, there was like uh, a small spout there. I'm like, that's like we're like super high up. Like that should be fine, right? I don't know. So I just didn't brush my teeth for like 3 days. That is the grossest I've ever felt in my life.
You gotta dry brush them, dude. You
Yeah,
gotta dry
yeah,
brush
that's
them.
what I was doing. I'm like, this is the best I can do, but I don't know. I need the chemicals in my mouth to really clean
Yeah,
it.
just to really get that sparkle going.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
He said, the owner Zack said he got sick when he went to Ethiopia. He like ate something and it was the worst. I think he said he like something. It was like a permanent damage. He said
Oh.
to him because of what he had eaten there.
I always want to do stuff like that. I always want to do like I really like Anthony Bourdain and No Reservations and the way he like documented cultures and stuff through food. I think that'd be awesome. However, I am also paranoid and I don't think I would necessarily blend in well in some of those cultures. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like I'm
yeah,
afraid of stepping on toes or just being like no fucking thank you.
yeah. It's hard. It's like the culture thing is another big one because to before I went there, I met um there's like a middleman kind of in between like a coffee shop and a farm and a producer, and he lives in Denver actually. Who like also helps with Zack in Florida, and he's Colombian, and he's like showing me videos and pictures of what not to take, like to not offend them. And I'm like, okay, and most of it was kind of shooting most of their faces a lot. So I wanted to like make sure that I didn't do that. And sometimes, because sometimes being a farmer out there is like, it's sometimes like your last resort, I think, for like, your job. And I'm like, I don't want to make someone uncomfortable by just shoving a camera in their face. Obviously, that's hard because, like, in street photography, you don't know the person you're about to rip a photo of. But I want to make sure that I'm not offending the country that I'm going into, and then hopefully returning again, or the people that are there. Um, but then I found out just last week, Herbert texted me and said, "Hey, do you have any photos of the farmers because they wanted them?" I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Oh, now they
Yeah.
want them.
Well, he said like, well, so that's when I asked him when I got there because he's like a boutique guy. He has like really nice coffee, and he only has like 3 or 4 uh, pickers when I was there at least, and he's like, I pay them very well. They're comfortable with you taking photos of them, and like so that was great. But when I went to Honduras, there was like a bit of a more like bigger operation, and I was like, I made sure to ask, like, can I take a photo of you? And sometimes I'm like, okay, word.
Was it like
Yeah.
hold the camera up and be like that kind of ask?
The sometimes the producer was with me sometimes, and he would say it in Spanish. And, I don't know. And I'm not even gonna push a second question. It's
Like,
like,
oh, okay,
you
have a
good?
good day.
Yeah. And some of them would be like, yeah, sure. So then I got my Super 8 out and ripped photos of that, like videos of them doing that stuff too. Have you gotten to see? I mean, it just came out. I saw the Odyssey in 70 millimeter last night.
Oh, dude, I want to. It's one of my all-time favorite stories.
Yeah,
I
dude.
want to see it.
Oh my God. It was like, if you like film, like, and you've shot it. I mean, you shot it enough. Like, you know what it looks like. And when they're like on the beach and the sun's hitting them and the water's behind them, and it just like you look at it and go, I've taken a photo that looks like this. Like it feels super. I don't know. It's awesome because like a digital shot movie or anything, they can edit it whatever way they want. But I feel like whenever Christopher Nolan or like who else shoots on film, Robert Eggers did like a black and white one, but it just looks like how it looks. I'm sure they add like some vibrancy and stuff, but even like there's a couple shots that they were in they were in like Iceland during like the dark the dark months there, and like to film for a certain scene. And I imagine like metering for that is super hard. There's a couple scenes there where like it is underexposed, and you can see like the muddy, like the green muddy, like classic Kodak underexposed shot. But it would be like for a second, like they knew that they messed up the shot. But like as someone like who probably doesn't really know, it's like, oh, that's like underexposed. Like that. And I'm like, is that an accident, or is he like, I want to make this look weird?
I feel like he is a very like intentional human being. He knows exactly what's gonna happen and when.
It was so sick, like seeing just the colors and everything in that.
So you shoot Super 8, right? That's what you said, Super 8. I can't imagine having to shoot a full length movie on film, because there are some times where I'm shooting photos on film and I'm like, let's see what happens. And
Yeah.
then could imagine shooting an entire movie that way.
Yeah, dude. It's great. I mean, even on Super 8, it's like it sucks because like he has a budget of it was like $250 million. Um, I'm afraid to mess up a shot and then I have to pay. I mean, it's $100. Like it's $40 for a cartridge of Super 8, and then it's $65 to get it processed and developed. And so if I like mess up a shot, it kind of just sucks like so bad.
How many cartridges have you shot of that?
Like on my Super 8,
Yeah.
um, in Colombia I shot 3, and then the camera actually had a bad something in it presses the film down, and so after enough use it wears down and it gets loose, so the film looks like it's like shaking. So I had to buy a new Super 8 after that. So I shot 3 on that one, and then I shot like 4 or 5 on my new one, and that's just like looking back at I have to think about it like buying gas. Like it makes me happy, so I'm just like, this is just what we're just gonna do this now. But man, like even shooting film and stuff, it's just in general, it's just expensive. You just have to like, I'm just gonna go buy some, I guess.
I want to shoot part of a music video on Super 8 or 16. I haven't decided which yet. But yesterday I was actually holding a 16 millimeter camera in my hands that worked. It was running in my hands. And I'm like, oh, this is a different sensation. You mean it makes this noise the whole time?
Yeah.
And I almost bought it, but it was like $25 more than I wanted to pay. And I am notoriously cheap. I'm like, nope, never mind.
Damn, where were you? Where was this camera at?
It was at Rusty Relics over on M15 in Clarkston, Michigan. It was like this old antique shop, but dude, this thing was.
What was
Huh?
it? Do you like know like what brand it said it was or anything? Or
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Mm.
No, but it sounded really good. It sounded like everything worked fine. I
You
should
should go get it.
Don't, dude. You're being the negative influence right now. You're just like, go buy it, spend more money.
You should do it.
But I'm justifying it of like, I'm not trying to buy anything else right now except a Canonette. That's the next camera I want. That's what I'm going to shoot. I'm sold on rangefinders finally. So, yeah, I think that's my next thing. Speaking, what cameras did you shoot this project on?
It was Mamiya 7 for like the landscapes, and then like a M6 just for everything else.
The influencer starter kit, dude.
I balled out on that, yeah. Well, it was like, yeah, the Mamiya 7 part was like, I don't know if I should bring this because I mean I knew I was gonna be on a motorcycle, like bouncing around, and that thing is a ticking time bomb. I'm like, but I really want to bring it because like I have a Hasselblad, but that's like the heaviest thing ever. So I'd rather just not. And also when it's been like bugging out on me, so I don't want to risk that. So I'm like, well, if it dies, it dies. So I brought it with me, and I fell off the bike once, and I was like, it's over, it broke, but it didn't.
You were afraid to open the bag?
Yeah, no, it was bad. But that's when I was with the guy that couldn't even speak English. So like he looked at me and I was like probably like freaking out, and he was just like, "What's wrong?" But no, I mean, yeah, they were kind of perfect for the job. But they are like, the Mamiya was grandpa passed away. I'll take this. So super lucky there. But Leica was a long investment for sure.
I want the M7.
Yeah, dude, that's sweet.
That's the one I want. I don't think I can justify it. Dude, I am, like I said, notoriously cheap. And I feel like I could fight a lot of like Leica owners and win. So I could just like fight somebody and take their camera.
I think you could do it.
I think I could. That's really my plan. It's like there's gonna be one guy who talks too much shit, and I'm like, guess what, buddy?
This is my time.
You're down a Leica.
Josh has a few. He could lend you one or two, maybe.
Dude, that guy's just pulling Leicas out of his ass every time. I feel like he has something different every time I see him.
When we first, I think Chris said it probably, but when we first met him, he like had a backpack and he's just pulling out. It was like a Mary Poppins bag. Like he's just pulling out every iteration of Nikon he had, and I'm like, this we're just at like a photo walk, dude.
Yeah, he did that to us in Joshua
Oh
Tree.
really?
He's like, yeah, he pulls up in a rented Kia, wearing a cowboy hat, which the
Mhm.
juxtaposition of that was wildly hilarious. I was like, a
Cute
Kia?
photo.
Yeah. But he like gets out and he's like, "Hi, I'm Josh." Blah blah blah. And then I'm like, "Oh, what'd you bring to shoot with?" Because we were all comparing cameras, and he's like, like a
Yeah.
full armory of Leicas, Nikons, dude. He let me look through the viewfinder of a Leica, and that's the reason that it sold me on getting one eventually.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Once you look through it, it's like, dude, the glass is too nice on that thing.
yeah, and it's the for me it is solely how bright the viewfinder patch is. Like, because like this thing, good luck.
Yeah. I think it's like a blue. Those things have like a weird blue hue in them, right? Or is that a different camera I'm thinking
This
of?
one is yellow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
this
yeah.
one's
I
yellow.
never understood. I don't know. I need to look up why they do that because I think that's usually like super interesting. Or if it's just like a chemical, like a coating that like aged away or something. Because a lot of them it's like a yellow or blue cast. I'm like, why did they do that? My girlfriend has a Minolta like point and shoot, and it's super blue. It's super clear, but it's like this crazy tungsten blue.
If you want to emulate that, just throw some Vision 3 in something,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
there you go. It's gonna be blue as shit,
Do you have any projects you're working on right now?
dude. Yeah, kinda. So the I don't know how familiar you are with Michigan, but
Haven't been there yet.
this is Michigan shaped, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so I live down in this area here, but up in this area right here is all farmland. Like
Mhm.
fucking nothing, dude. Just farms for miles and miles. It looks a lot like the plains or the west in the way you have to get to places. And I've started documenting it. It started as a joke where I was going out to just like compare how it was to the west, but once I got out there, I was like, oh shit, this is like that.
Yeah.
But there's like these little microcosms of industry out there, and I kind of want to start documenting that part of Michigan because nobody's really documenting Michigan
No one's
anymore,
doing
dude.
it. You should do
Nobody's,
it.
yeah, like there's people who are posting photos from Michigan, but I don't know of anybody that's really like doing large scale photo projects of something like that.
Yeah. No, you
I
totally should do that.
I am going to do. Last year I did a chestnut farm for my wife's uncle. He owns it, and I think I'm going to go back out and do more of that this year during chestnut season. But as far as big projects, I think it's going to be the thumb. After,
Yeah.
I think I'm convinced to put out a zine on this overarching project that I've been working on.
Dude, you should. Even if it's like, I remember like I watched a bunch of YouTubers and it's like Willem Verbeck or like Matt Day. Like even if it's like not complete, if you just want to like show what you've got so far in a zine, that's
Yeah,
that's really cool. That's kind of like what I was hoping here because I'm like I think it made sense to do like each country has its own zine, and then like by the time I'm done, I'll make like an actual like uh like an actual hardcover. Then
yeah,
because that's expensive to do something.
insanely expensive. Well, I'm not sure how much it is, but you can do self-published stuff through Amazon with the hardcover option, and it's print to order.
Oh really? How much?
Yes,
I wonder how much it costs like for how many
I
pages and stuff.
don't remember how much. Like you don't have to pay if you want to just have people order it online, or
Mhm.
you can get it printed for cheaper for you, and then you can sell it for a profit.
Yeah, very overhead. I use Conveyor for mine, and they're New Jersey, I think, and they're really good. Their price was pretty similar to everywhere else I looked, but they're in America, so I was like, well, the shipping shouldn't. I actually should have gotten an email today for the shipping, but so the shipping shouldn't be bad. As like I think there's a lot of printers in the UK, and I was like, the shipping's probably like super bad. I bet. So I'm excited to see like just I got like 120 copies, so I'm hoping it's like a good amount of boxes I can post up next to or something.
It's
But
just gonna be one
it's
box,
one more box
just
probably. Yeah,
one box, dude.
they're
So,
like 9 by 9. They're pretty big. So we'll see how
oh
many.
yeah, that's decent size. So this past weekend, I went out to Wisconsin for that photo walk thing that I was
Yeah,
talking about for photo op, and they had these little like seasonal zines that they release.
yeah.
And they're not like glossy page or anything, but I really like this, and I think this would be something I could do. This is what kind of sold me on the idea of actually putting one out. Plus, holding your work in like holding your work is different.
Yeah, I have like I print my stuff sometimes, and it's so much. I don't know. You can frame your own picture and put it above your TV. That's
Yeah, I could have like a big piece of my work up here, and
yeah.
instead I have like some old painting I found in a shed.
No, it's a game changer for sure. Because now everything in here is just my photos and friends' photos, so it feels cool.
And when your friends send you those files, where they're like, "Don't pay for a print. Here's the file. Just print it.
Yeah,
You have a
yeah,
printer."
yeah. No, I helped out. I helped Chris out um, for his like the first few prints he had, and now he's going to there's a really nice photo book store out here, but it's closing soon. But he has like a he has like a it's the exact same printer as mine, but it can print up to like 36 inches wide, and then it's like an infinite roller on it, so you can just print like crazy panoramas with it.
You should just make a panorama sequence that you turn into like a wall vinyl leak.
Yeah, that might be really expensive.
The ink would be out.
Yeah, yeah, you have to like replace it as you're like as it's rolling through.
I need to get a printer. I'm starting darkroom printing because that's another thing.
That's pretty badass.
I have an enlarger that my buddy hooked me up with.
Is it color or black and white?
It's black and white. Yeah, I'm gonna do all black and white for printing. The color is out of my element. That's not me.
I did that in school. It was my minor, and we had a dark room, and they would open it until like 2 a.m. So you just like put some headphones in, get there at like 10 o'clock at night, and that's like it's like the most euphoric. No one can bother you or anything. You can't open your phone because it's gonna ruin everything. So it's just like I don't know. Having a dark room is so sick. And now I'm in an apartment and I have no room to really do that. I'm moving into a new place next month, so we'll see. I don't know if my girlfriend's moving out here, so I'm like, maybe she won't like that I have a dark room in the bathroom.
Nah,
But we'll
it'll
see.
be fine.
Yeah, it'll be
It'll be
fine.
fine. Do you
Yeah.
develop at home?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I don't. No, I don't trust myself. I did like in school because I'm just like, not that important. It's fine. But now I'm like, I don't know. I really don't want to mess this up right now. So especially if I go somewhere, like in school, I would just stay in Florida. But like if I'm like going to Colombia, like a big like trip, I don't want to.
It's so scary, but I'm also, like I said, very cheap. And
Yeah, it's like it sucks. I mean,
oh
it's so
yeah, so expensive.
yeah. I don't have a hookup. A lot of people I know got hookups, and I'm like, I need to grow my account or something.
That's what I'm saying. We need that hookup. Like somebody needs to reach out and be like, "Hey, if you plug us, you get this kind of hookup." And I'm still gonna say no because it's cheaper for me to develop. But like black and white, oh, I love developing black and white.
It's fun. I mean, I miss doing it a lot. But and there is a dark room at like a there's a photo center here, but they're only open from like 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. I'm like, that's like I don't know what to do with that. So I don't go. But I really like going to the lab, like walking in and like knowing the people there. Like the one that's here in Denver, not another, they're really good. And like I know the manager. So like whenever I can like text him sometimes, like, hey, I'm gonna come by and drop off some roll, like we'll talk about it and stuff. And sometimes he might move it a little closer to the front or something. But um in Florida I had a really good one too. It was like a 40-minute drive, but I'm like, I'd rather just the gas and the shipping are almost the same, maybe a little more for gas, but it was just nice because I could just talk to them and be like, and then if they messed it up, then they would be like, we're really sorry now because we know you instead of just a mail in. So not that that happened, like, but if it did,
Plus, you have the benefit of blaming other people when something goes
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, I can put a name to face when I'm angry.
Yeah. If it's me developing it, I'm like, I'm a piece of shit. I
Thought,
have
yeah,
fucked this up. So all the color stuff that I shot out in Wisconsin, I was gonna develop using Cinestill CS41 kit, which is the only kit I've ever used. And while I
yeah,
was out there, they gave me the flick film kit, the flick film development kit. And he's like, use this. And I was like, I don't want to buy more chemicals when I already have these. So I'm just going to develop everything with this, not having ever used it. And I did. And luckily, it turned out. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck.
I was
I'm
worried
glad
that was gonna go a completely different direction.
I did it. I developed with chemicals I've never used. It worked out. But like, I can only blame myself if something goes wrong. So it makes me be more patient and accepting with my work. And I only have myself to blame because I'll tell you right now, if a lab fucked up my film, I would be
Crazy hell.
they'd be name dropped on the podcast.
Whoa, oh man.
Yeah. Now you won't believe what so and so did to my film.
I know. I had one lab in Florida. I tried them out once because the lab that I was using, couldn't do E6, and they're like, this one does it. So I brought it there, and I think they developed it in C41, and it came out like pink and not like a E6 would. And then they called me and were like, yeah, did you like leave it in a car, like a hot car or something? I'm like, no. Why are you blaming me, dude? And I was like, I was so pressed about it, and I was like, I'm not gonna make this person who's probably in college just like me get in trouble for this. But I'm sure they already probably got grilled when they found out they messed it up. But yeah, it happens. I mean, it happens a lot. It's like we're humans. We all make mistakes, but it really sucks when you make a mistake.
We do, but it's worse when somebody else makes a mistake with my shit. If I mess their stuff up, they should understand. But if they mess my stuff up, it's unacceptable.
I remember when doing stuff all like by yourself, it's definitely something I like working with others. Like school projects, whatever. I was pretty good with delegating work around, but when making this zine, it's like I remember calling my girlfriend like, I'm at the will of others right now, and it sucks. And because there's I have essays from 2 different people. I had to interview the producer, and then he has to give me his response. But he's got a lengthy essay in it, and I gave him a lot of questions. So there was time waiting for him, and then Zack had written one part of the intro, but then he's like, I don't think I like it. I'm gonna change it again. And they came out great, but it was just we had a deadline, which is this month, and I was like, man, I really don't know if we can get it. And then once we get everything right, then you have to send it to the people at the print shop, and you're like, okay, how long is this gonna take? And they tell you, and you're like, shit, this is not gonna work. And then you find out that I edited the you have to do this math for the cover, so it all prints together right, and then you have to convert. And that stuff for me, I was like, as soon as I found this out, I'm like, I can do this right now. But then when I'm waiting for just essays or someone else to print the book, it's I'm sweating bullets because I'm not in control. I can't do anything now. It's all up to them. So
are you a bit of a control freak when it comes to your project?
I don't know if I don't know if it's control freak, but it's just I want it to be good. It was a mixture of timeline and the goal date, and then also if people see it's my name's attached to this thing, so I want it to be perfect. I want it to be as best as it can be. So it's a little hard sometimes, but the essay stuff, I kind of just let them go wild on it, and then I just kind of placed it in there because I'm not gonna tweak any of that.
I think it's really cool that you had other people contribute essays to it, people who were clearly in the industry and knew and could actually contribute something to the story other than just being a name. That's really cool.
I know. So my friend asked me why I didn't do it, and I'm just I don't know. I don't think that's important to a book about Colombia. I don't think I put my own. I put the photos in it, so it's that's my part. I don't think I need to say what I have to say is infinitely less important than what the producer who lives there and grows coffee there has to say.
Yeah, it's that fine line of what you want to be able to say, what you should say, what you shouldn't say, and putting in an opinion on something that you may not exactly be culturally accepted into saying. Because there people are like that with their passions and their agriculture or their industry. They're very protective of it. And if somebody starts speaking on something when they feel
yeah,
if I were to start talking about something like welding, and somebody's like, you don't know shit about welding, I'll be like, you're right, I don't know shit about welding.
Yeah, it's tricky. And then plus Zack, he's from America. He visits there. He kind of had his own first experience already written in there, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of, I don't need it. I'm hand free at this point. I'm good.
I'm photo boy.
Yeah. I don't need to do anything else really, I think. So yeah, it was. I think, oh my gosh, the one thing that I think no one tells you when you make a zine is converting RGB color scale to CMYK. Have you ever had to do that
I
before?
did for screen printing.
Okay. What did you I mean, we don't have to go like too technical and boring, but like what did you do? Did you just like side by side edit it, or like what it like to make it look
Thoughts
like
and
what it
prayers.
look like? Okay, yeah. Right.
Thoughts and prayers, dude. We're like, this is the best we can do.
Yeah. There was
Because
it was awful.
yeah, like RGB can show so many more colors than CMYK. So you're just kind of you're limited by the technology unless you have the exact color codes that you need to make this happen, and then they're gonna charge you out the ass for it anyways. So we're
Yeah.
just like we're gonna get as close as we can.
I uh I converted it for the first time because the conveyor was like, oh yeah, make sure you do this. If you don't, we're not going to stop you, but it might look bad. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do this. And I clicked the convert button, and I don't know if it's just my Photoshop. I don't know why it wasn't working, but like it would still show it like it was perfect. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I would save it and then open that file, and then it was muddy, no color whatsoever. I'm like, dude, okay. So I had to, for all 55 photos, I had to blindly edit them and then go and open the file over and over and over again. And then no matter what, I couldn't get like the blacks to be, I couldn't just up the contrast slider. Because usually when you do the conversion, the contrast kind of like goes away and it's super flat. And if you up the contrast, it just looks like you nuked the image. Like it looks really, it doesn't just affect the blacks, it affects like everything. So I just typed it on Google and I found a Reddit thread
Of
from
course
like
you did.
10 years ago. This guy was having the same issue as me. I'm like, this is kind of like 10 years ago. And the solution was just like make a black, sorry, someone just, okay, no crash. There's like a black layer you put, and then you just opacity it up until it like reaches to your shadows, and it came out perfectly. But I can't remember how I did like which one it was. So when I make this the next book, I'm kind of screwed because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find that 10-year-old Reddit thread again.
You'll find it. You'll start to type your question into Google, and that shit's gonna pop up as a remembered thread. You're gonna be like, oh.
Because then afterwards, I found out like my Photoshop, like I was doing other work for like a client out here, and I was like editing it. I'm like, why does it look like shit when my Photoshop was still in CMYK. I'm like, I don't even remember how I did this. It's just like I only do it like once, and then so it was just it's kind of a mess doing all the conversions, but I think they came out good.
It's kind of similar to exporting my photos for video when I release like one of the vlogs or something. Because when I drop that into DaVinci Resolve, it's not in the right color space. So you have to go through and manually convert all that shit. I didn't know that. That sucks ass. That's a lot of photos. And it's just, it's so inconvenient. There has to be a way for them to marry RGB and CMYK better than we are at this point.
I don't know.
We're there, right?
I think half of it's like just the printers they have. I bet I'm sure the printers just don't have like this one. Like right off Lightroom, as soon as I get the file, I edit it, I can print it out, and it doesn't change anything. But then I think the printers that these book companies have, I think they're probably just older and bigger and only have this certain color scale. And of course, you know what color gets affected the most when you convert CMYK? It's green.
Really? Oh, yeah.
All my photos are green. They're all, I mean, so I'm just like, I was having a nightmare. I DM'd a bunch of people and I was like, have you done this before? And they're like, oh yeah, just it sucks. There's no trick or like secret behind it. It just sucks.
I wonder if, do you know if your book was printed digitally or on roll printers?
Ooh, I don't know. I think they have the printer on their site. Maybe I can't remember. I don't know what it
I'm
was.
just curious because I know I've done four color process printing before on like school papers and stuff. There was like a tech center where we could go in and you had to make plates for each page and it would like roll the information, then you had to reload it and then it would print the next color and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if that's the process they did because that was much harder to replicate than like the modern printers.
So I hope they didn't have to do that. But I mean, it took them. We had to rush order it, so it would have been like a 7 to 8 week wait. But we paid an extra to get it to like 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, you're digital then, 100% digital. I'm just
Probably.
curious about what it was. I don't know. I don't know that much about the printing, like digital printing aspect of it.
Yeah, this is all this best I got, and the dark room in from college. That's all I've gotten so far.
I mean, that's a good printer though, dude. I'm jealous of that printer. I'm gonna go look at Marketplace after this podcast and be like, how much are printers?
I convinced someone. This isn't. I mean, I bought this one because I was like, I wanted a warranty, because sometimes shit explodes. But there was one time before I got this, I was like, I saw one on Facebook Marketplace. I should have just gotten it, but I just didn't want to justify the price. But someone was selling it used, no ink, for like $800. And if you this printer, I think when I got it it was just before they released the newest one. So this is like the one before it. So it was like maybe $1,000, maybe a little bit more, and that comes with ink. And to replace all the ink in this thing is $700.
Get the fuck out of here
Yeah.
for
So
real.
then, yes. So this guy is selling it for $800, and I'm like, I don't think that makes sense. So I DM'd him like, hey, I told him that exact thing, and I'm like, I think $100 sounds right, and he goes, okay. I was like, shit, wait, do I do this now? Like, do I buy it? But I didn't want to, like, what if it's a dud? Like, then I just had to get a friend to help. This thing's heavy as hell. So I'm just like, do I drive like 2 hours and waste my time if it is broken? So I didn't do it. But if you do see someone out there, I think I regret not doing it, because if it did work, that would have been kind of crazy. And I
If it
haven't.
did work, you'd have two.
Yeah, I have two.
You'd be a paranoid that one's gonna break, so I'll just get the other one anyway.
I don't have that. I would wait till it broke until I got that. But it was, yeah. You could probably, if I can convince somebody, I think you could probably convince someone to go to $100 if it doesn't have any ink. But then the issue is I have to buy $700 worth of ink if
Is
it
there a
doesn't
cheaper
work.
alternative? Can you get like a continuous ink system where you can refill it?
You can buy other brands' ink, but then it's like, well, what if it sucks?
Now, a lot of the times they don't.
Yeah, maybe. I know there's different paper brands. Like I have like the Canon stuff, obviously, but and that's usually fine. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little worried. What if it dries up? Because it doesn't. This thing like runs through ink, like it flushes itself, so it doesn't dry. But then I'm worried. I'm like, well, if the other ink doesn't like have whatever chemical, I don't know. Paranoia is just the water and all that stuff.
The information you seek will be on Reddit. I know because they use that printer a lot. They'll convert it to all black printers for screen printing so they can print their screens on it. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know that those don't dry up. On the cheaper, smaller, like the Pixma Canon stuff, will dry up. But I know that those, I think it's an actual physical mechanism that cycles the ink in the cartridge.
Okay. Well, that would be nice. I don't want to have to. It is low right now, and I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna let it sit for a
Just
minute.
sell it to somebody for $100.
Yeah, true. It's annoying. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's like only certain times I got it, and I had like a Christmas market, and I got my money back, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't feel like this was a bad. Again, usually, I mean, Chris has gotten his money's worth for sure, because he sells prints all the time. His story, but he doesn't even have a printer yet. He's just been buying it through the bookstore, and I'm like, dude, you just gotta buy one, because then you can. It's like infinite money glitch.
He's fucking killing it lately.
I don't think he's even, because he has like a seasonal job, I think, with the like what is it, like a nature wildlife.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, I don't think I'm gonna need to do it this time. I'm like, that's like the dream, dude. That's perfect. You can keep selling your stuff like that.
Oh yeah, dude, it's great. Me and him, we haven't confirmed anything publicly yet. And this has just been like two slight conversations we've had, but we're talking about doing like a monthly episode of me and him where we can talk about like new film stuff and everything like that, and then we'll have a third person on for a guest where we can just bullshit with them or grill them.
Cool. Hell yeah.
We're talking about it.
I'd be down to watch that.
I think it'd be fun.
Because you had him on. Is this like the shortest time frame between two episodes you've had, like recording?
Dude, no. I've recorded like 3 in one day before.
Oh my god.
Just to have it locked and loaded. So being stuck in my basement for like 8 hours, like I'm talking like one would end. Let me think. Who was it? I did an interview with Birgit, and then I think it was Dave Herring. I think it was those two. I hung up on the call with her and immediately was on with Dave. Like
Dang.
boop, boop, and on.
I would have my social battery would just plummet by the end of this. I'm taking a nap. Like it's
Yeah, dude, I don't have a social battery either. People are shocked. They're like, "What do you mean you're not social? You talk to strangers all the time." I'm like, "Dude, like I need to chill out. I like the quiet."
Yeah, I know. It's like it's like selective extrovert. I'd say only a few people I can like have the energy to like. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I just
It's
can't.
not you, it's me.
It's definitely me. It's definitely me.
Do you do any of the photo walks and stuff? Go out to those?
Yeah, we did. They haven't done much this year. I think the guy who's doing like the beers and cameras is like probably I don't know busy or something. But I think the last one we had, I don't know. I haven't been to one in a long time actually. I feel like, but whenever I did go to them, I did like you talk. I mean, I think I met Josh on like the first one I went to. We talked a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, cool, that's enough. It's just like I
That's
don't
good.
want to talk to anyone else now. Like it's just I'll go take, and then and you don't really take much photos. Like you talk to people, but then you're like, I'm not gonna. There's like four photographers in my shot, so I'm not gonna take a photo. So I'm just gonna try to keep talking, and then by the end of it, you're like, I feel like a zombie by the end of it.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about that with Chris yesterday about like when you're out at a photo walk and you're like kind of in the middle of the pack, and then all the photographers are shooting the main thing happening. Like there's somebody that's dressed well or something, and then you have to like shoot the photographers who are shooting the other photographers who are shooting the subject.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that I mean, like I'm sure you and Chris. I mean, whenever he had like his Pawnee one, I mean, it's like they're there to see you. So then you're like the center of attention. And that's just like, oh, dude, I
that's
don't
a
think I
Chris
could.
problem, dog.
That's a lot, man. I can't. No, dude, that would it's too much for me to even grasp.
It is weird when people come up and they're like, "Oh my god, dude, I'm such a fan," and I'm like, "What?" Like
No
that
way.
still
No,
it doesn't make. I'm like, "Why?" Dude,
are you
I'm just a
okay?
guy.
No, dude. I mean, you've been this. How long have you been doing this show? Like, what episode is it now?
I couldn't even tell you what episode it is, but I know it started. The first episode I think was May of last year.
Well, you pumped a bunch out in between.
One a week. I've only missed like 2 or 3 weeks, I think, the whole time.
That's badass. I was just telling I was talking to Crit because we talked about he was going on here. I'm like, I don't. You're like, it blows my mind how you don't have like quintuple the views that you have like right now. Because I mean, you're just like you're doing everything right. And I'm like it's pretty entertaining. So I'm like, how the hell?
Thank you.
I don't know. It's just like I
Just
think the algorithm's a little evil sometimes, annoying.
Grainy Days is paying YouTube to keep me
Yeah,
held back.
he's afraid of you.
Jason, did you watch his new episode that he just released?
I watched it for like lunch. The Fuji one.
Yeah, that one. He
Yeah,
made
yeah.
a joke about the Nikon, like if you don't want your Nikon F2 titanium to get stolen, put it in this nice Canon bag.
Canon bag.
And I have that fucking Canon bag. I messaged him. I was like, "Sir, you have attacked me. This is unacceptable." And he goes, "Yeah, but it proves my point. You still have that bag." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, he's right. I do still have.
Yeah.
I've left it places, and it stayed. I got, yeah, I got a pretty big kick out of being attacked.
You got attacked?
No, like metaphorically.
Oh,
He
oh,
hurt
oh,
he hurt my feelings because I'm a Canon
oh,
fanboy.
I misheard you. I was like, holy, wait, what?
No, I have been attacked. It was right before his episode actually,
Yeah,
but no,
yeah,
it was like
okay, I remember that.
I don't know if I ever updated the show on what happened with that, but he was found guilty.
Whoa, oh, there was like a court thing and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
Whoa,
I didn't even have to show up because it was like that obvious he was guilty.
dang, because he just got drunk and
No.
no, he
Sober.
did. Oh, it was so. Oh yeah, it was sober.
Yeah.
And just, oh, all right.
These things happen sometimes. Sometimes you're attacked in a hotel bed.
Yeah.
I just when I went out to Wisconsin, it was the first time I had shared a room with one of my buddies since that happened. And like we
You're
get
like
back to the room,
bracing yourself.
dude, when I got back to the room, I was like, just so you're aware, I'll fucking kill you if you attack me because it's not happening again. He's like,
Good
we're
night
good,
with
bro,
your
we're good.
pillow. Yeah, I don't think I can't relate to that, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so about your project, let's get back to that
Oh yeah, yeah.
because I'm interested in this because of how much I am debating doing my own project. It's you said that you've barely on Instagram. You said you barely scratched the surface with what you want to do with this project. How will you know when a project's done?
Ooh, dude, I mean, for like this one in specific, I just kind of it helped because it's like I have a set amount of time I'm there. So once I left, I was like, I don't know when I can even come back. So that was kind of like that was it. I kind of gave myself a time period. Same with I made one last year too. It was a little more like not much of a big subject, just kind of like a road trip with my friends. I mean, even that can be like a fun zine. But like once the road trip's over, it's over. Like you can't go much more past that. You can take a photo in the airport maybe on the way back, but I don't think you can really like add on to it. So I don't know, setting a date is always like really easy. Like, I mean, obviously a place that could be like forever. So, I mean, like what you want to do, like you said, it depends how long you want that. What are you trying to convey? And like, how long do you going to give yourself to do it is kind of that's like your own mental battle, I guess. But for me, I'm like, I can mentally just, I mean, I'm checked out after I get on the plane to leave.
It's such a hard concept to wrap my mind around because I think my project, any of the projects I want to do are so open ended because obviously, like, I always want to have something more to say about something. I always want to have the last word. And I feel like maybe if putting out a project is me not having the last word because then people get to be like, hey, guess what? And I'm like, oh, they can respond to that.
I don't know. I think you just gotta like, especially for a place like that, like where you are. I think you just gotta kind of print your photos out. Even like I did like a postcard size amount, like just this stuff, and just left it on my wall for like a long. I mean, it was a long time, like a month or two of just like walking by it. And like, okay, this looks good. This looks bad. Like, but when you have like infinite time, I don't know. I think you just it's all that's all you. You got to pick when you're done. You don't want to die before you're done. Then your kids have to do it for you.
They ain't gonna do that. They're just gonna huck the negatives into the dude. It's just
It's over. Yeah. You gave them not a project, but inconvenience. So
yeah. Oh, look at Dad's film hoard. Is what this is gonna be.
yeah. I don't know. It's hard for sure. I think it made it a lot easier just being able to like set it to somewhere that I can't go back to very easily. So same with like Honduras. I'm probably done with that now. He wants to go to Ethiopia like later next year. So it's just I kind of like I just have to tell myself like I'm here for only once in my life probably.
The required vaccinations and medications to go to Ethiopia would
Yeah.
stop me from going to Ethiopia. Because, dude, the amount you have to get, and I don't like needles.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't Ethiopia because I think there's a war happening there right now.
Is there?
I think someone told me, and I was like, I mean, I don't know. Venezuela stuff was happening when I went to, and they're just below. So I'm like, I don't know.
Congratulations, you're a war photographer now.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
nice upgrade from like coffee journalist, war photographer. You're like, oh fuck.
Oh God. But yeah, I don't know. It's the vaccines are like, I was gonna get because of the water stuff. That's like the biggest thing. You can get a vaccine for it, and you can get yellow fever from like mosquitoes and stuff there. Tell me why humanity almost got wiped out by the yellow fever, right? Like it was almost done. We were almost cooked. And now health insurance doesn't give you free yellow fever. I'm like, okay, I can probably get that for free. And it's like, oh, it's like $400. Like, right. I'm not gonna do that. I think because if I just got the yellow fever, then they would probably help pay for my like the medical bills. So I'm like, well, I'm just not gonna do it then.
The reason they won't do it is because you are considered a low risk person to
Yeah,
catch
yeah,
yellow fever, and they're like, no, that's not in our statistics here, so you can't get it. But if like yeah, like if you were over there, they'd give you that shit for free. They'd be like, oh yep, there you go. But they
yeah,
want to get the money out of you before you go over there and get it for free.
yeah, yeah. I don't know which ones I would even need to take for out there.
They're wild. I have a few friends that have gone to Africa in the last decade or so, and they're like, by the time I got my vaccinations and got there, I was still tired and sick from the vaccines.
Yeah, I was worried about that too. I'm like, man, I don't think I have time for that. So I got the COVID one, and I was like, dude, I was like seeing 3 of everything for like a day, and I'm like, I don't think I don't know if I have time to go through that if I get the yellow fever one.
So I couldn't get the COVID vaccine because of like I've had adverse reactions to COVID to vaccines in the
Yeah,
past, and they were like, "Yeah, you shouldn't do this." And I was like, "What the fuck do you mean I shouldn't do this? Like, I want to do." They're like, "Don't do it." And I'm like, okay, great, cool. So then I was like, at the time, like we didn't really know what COVID was or anything like that. So like that's when the paranoia in my life and the anxiety was kind of like,
Dude, yeah,
ah.
yeah. No, yeah, being in a coffee shop while that was all going on, I'm like, dude, oh my
You were
God.
essential.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're welcome, everyone.
You're
No, it
welcome.
was,
Praise me.
yeah, it was, yeah, constant. Like, I mean, I'm touching like water. Like, thankfully, we didn't do any dishes during that time, but like, just doing dishes in general, like at a coffee shop, is always just like, man, if one of these drops gets in my like mouth or something, I'm gonna freak out. I just can't do it.
Wearing the masks.
Do the I think the weirdest stuff that I had to like think about when I was there was like before I got there was just the bugs. I'm usually pretty I don't have like a irrational fear of like snakes or anything like that, but if I haven't seen it before and it's like actively attacking me, I'm not cool with it, obviously. Um and the owner was like, yeah, make sure you wear like long sleeves. There's these bugs that like they don't like sting you, they just bite you and you bleed. And I'm like, right,
Cool.
cool,
Great.
okay. And then I didn't see them there, thankfully. But then in Honduras, there was like these. They were even like outside of the airport. It was like these. They looked like mini wasps, but they were like flies, and they're just angry all the time. They just want to kill you. Like they hurt so bad. And yeah, they were the size of a fly, but they were like a wasp. I don't know what it was.
They were like Africanized.
Yeah,
Just like those serious biting ones.
it was too much. I was like, I'm good, man. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, dude, I don't like snakes. I'll deal with bugs all day. I'll get bit by deer flies all day. I see one snake on a trail. One snake. When I was in Colorado, we were climbing up this cliff face somewhere. They're like, yeah, I don't have to worry about snakes there, and it was chilly. It was like cold. It was October
Okay,
when we
yeah,
were
yeah.
there, and I get up there and a snake slithers right across in front of me. It was just a little green one, but we were like we were down by Colorado Springs ish area on Gold Camp Road. So it was like, kind of know that area or no?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. So it's like a sheer cliff face, and I almost dove off that fucking cliff. And had the snake not slithered off first, I would have.
Wow.
Yeah, dude,
Really?
I don't. Yeah, do
I mean, like
not.
natural instincts. If I see a snake, I'm not gonna like go over it. But I feel like if I saw it, I'm like, well, I have seen them. I'm like, oh, I'm just not gonna go near it. A rattlesnake, I haven't seen like in person. Like I feel like if I saw a rattlesnake, yeah,
Okay. So out here, it seems to me like you guys see rattlesnakes way more because of like the media and
yeah,
stuff. It seems like there's rattlesnakes everywhere, and my
yeah,
buddy's like, I've seen like 5 in my entire life.
really.
Yeah, like
It's like,
damn.
yeah, I don't know. But if it's like usually, I don't know. Obviously, if I see one, I'm not gonna like go give it a hug. But I don't know. I don't know. But there's wasps for me. Wasps are usually pretty. That's when I lose it. I'm running out. It's over. They just are angry all the time. They just have like a vengeance out.
For no reason, dude. Like the ground bees, we have. I don't. Do you have ground bees out there that dig the tunnels underground and wait for you to hit it with a lawnmower, like pieces of shit?
Oh, that happened to me like with a yellow jacket in Florida,
Yep,
but dude,
dude. Not okay. I've
yeah,
hit 2 nests now at this point, and I've canceled
it was
recording because of
awful.
it. Because my face was fucking. I was puffed
Really,
up. Yeah, I was like, no.
that happened to me back in Florida, and then the next like week or went by, and a black bear had like gotten in the backyard and like just eradicated it, and I was like,
Good. Yeah.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I leave some honey out for that bear. That bear
I don't
earned
know
that
if they
shit.
have honey. I guess they do. I mean, there was like the hexagons or whatever they were. So
Their nest can be huge. I've dug one up once. What happened is they really, really pissed me off, and I pumped propane into the hole,
wow.
and then I went, poof. But then I
Oh, you
opened.
like lit that? Wow.
Oh yeah, I was mad. But this thing ended up being like 9 feet long, dude. Like
Really?
it was a big hive.
Have you seen like when people do like it's like a metallic like liquid in like an anthill or like the
Yeah.
yellow jacket nest? Dude, those are sick. They're kind of horrifying once you see how long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like out of sight, out of mind, and then when you see it, you're like, oh my god, these things are building civilizations under the
yeah,
ground.
yeah. In my backyard.
We are at an hour and a half. I have one more question for you here.
Okay.
All right. 5 years from now, where are you at? What are your goals, like your long-term goals with what you're doing right now?
This is probably like hopefully I think 5 years. Hopefully I'll be like really close to like making like a full-on like bigger like hardcover book. I think that's like my biggest goal is doing like an actual like getting a publisher instead of self-publishing it is probably the biggest one I got.
Dude, I think that's a good goal to have. I think you're gonna reach it. Like you're a great photographer. I see your. I would have never guessed your age based on your work. Like,
Really?
yeah, it feels like from a much older photographer. It's really good.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Well, no, don't thank me yet because like sometimes like me saying that I'm scrolling through, I'm like this piece of shit takes really good. Like I'm
Oh,
like this
okay.
motherfucker is killing it.
That's okay.
Like, but it's the bitterness. Like I like your landscape.
Thank you. Yeah. I want to do more people, but a little
Then you have to
hard.
talk to them, dude.
I gotta talk to them. Yeah, that's
And
rough.
people suck.
People do suck. It's
Yeah,
hard.
see, that's why you need to do more of those photo walks. You're gonna go hang out in Pawnee and go do that and visit with everybody. That's what you got to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
That you could, yeah, dude. People out there would definitely let you take photographs of them and like get more comfortable with having to talk to people to get photographs.
That'd be true. That's true. I don't know. Yeah, it's just hard. I don't know. Always feel so awkward like asking somebody to pose and like even in college it was like to get more of like an emotion out of someone, like you want like them to open their mouth a little bit. And I'm telling the girl who got partnered up with me to do that, and she's like, "What? Why?" I was like,
Open
"Trust
your
me."
mouth.
And then like, this is awesome. This is like you did the way you're supposed. I'm like, "Thank you." But yeah, it just feels a little like sometimes, yeah, it's a little hard sometimes. That's just me.
I don't know if I'd be going around telling strangers to open their mouth. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
hit them with the pose they get. The pose they get, with me, that's the pose they're getting.
Yeah, I know. That's like the control. I get a little control freak in me, probably.
Dude, I'm just imagining you being like, "Open your mouth," and me
Yeah.
being like,
I was like, I
okay.
worded it a little bit better than that. I was self-aware, but I'm just like, can you just like, but there's,
Yeah, there's no way for this sentence to not sound
Yeah.
funny to me right now. It's
No
like, open
way.
your mouth.
What about you? What you want to do in 5 years?
Fuck, in 5 years, hopefully this show is doing something. Like, I'm finally monetized with it, but I don't know. I do want to have a book out, like a hardcover. I do want to do that. And I kind of want to do some more traveling. In 10 years, I'll give you my 10-year goal. I want to live out west. I want to live in Arizona,
Yeah,
like northern Arizona.
could be sick. The photos out there.
Oh yeah, I loved Arizona. I specifically drove out to California to visit my buddy because I knew I was going to be going through Arizona.
I know that's a really awesome place. I would totally move there too.
Yeah, they say it's so miserable in the summer, but I'm like, you've never experienced a Michigan winter.
It's hot here. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, right now this week it was up to like 105, humidity at like 80 something, and then Canadian wildfire smoke. So it's like I'm living inside of an ashtray.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not permanent either. You can go move somewhere.
Yeah, decide you don't like it and bail somewhere else.
If you can, yeah. Thankfully, when I moved here, I had a remote job, but now I don't. So I'm like, I don't know if I can do that right now. But
You got to pick up one of those remote jobs. Just travel and go do your stranger portraits you want.
yeah, that's what I think Josh is doing. Josh got that remote job, and he's going to stuff all the time.
Yeah, he's just like, yep, I'll be there. I'm like, dude, that's like a 20-hour train ride. What are you doing? He's like, I'll be there. All right, dude. Well, I love what you're doing. Congratulations on the new project that you're releasing. It looks super dope. I'm going to pick one up. Send me any of the links and stuff that you want to include with it, this episode, so that way people can go pre-order it or whatever they want to do or pick it up. And thank you for coming on the show. I'm so glad we actually finally got to hook up and talk instead of just like one message every couple weeks on Instagram.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thanks, man.
Yep, thanks for being on, and I will talk to you later, dog.
Have a good day, man.